Just came to chit chat a little bit. With it being the start of the new year, I know I'm in the process of updating my website, which I figure a couple other people are too. Or you might be getting ready to start your website. I felt like security and performance is important. So I thought I'd just share a little bit about that because now me, I use Jetpack and I like it. It has the little boost functions, the protect functions, and even though I'm still kind of new, still trying to, figure out all the goodness to it, I like it. So, but I say that to highlight the importance of when you're building a website or if you have a website, security, protecting your website, optimizing your website. That is a big thing. Being able to block spam and cyber attacks, and depending on what your website is for, knowing that you have that additional, little security basically to protect your clients' information, which when you're on the internet, protecting that personal identifiable information, personal health information, that type of thing, it gets kind of tricky. But that type of information shouldn't really, I mean, it's just tricky because it gets tricky when you're dealing with the internet. Either way, to avoid the possible bad sides of it, it's just better to try to offset it, especially if you're in the beginning stages of trying to build your website, because it's a lot of investing that goes on with you, like trying to actually build it and maintain it, and then, utilize it to grow your business with, basically. So, um, you don't really want like cyber attacks. You don't really want the headache. I don't even know how to explain it because when I first started my website, I always, well, I knew how I wanted. I didn't know exactly, Lord. Okay, I knew I wanted a customizable website because I wasn't sure exactly what direction I wanted it to be. I just knew I wanted to be in control of how I wanted or what I wanted it to show and represent, if that makes sense. But either way, when I first started, security was always a big thing to me. Like I didn't want to be able to start to build something and then out the blue I get sidelined with some things that I wouldn't be able to fix. Like with Jetpack, they do backups and things like, and I probably could have logged in from the back end, kind of showed a little bit because then, oh, nah, I might do something like that later. But the thing is, all I really want to say is when you're starting your website, or if you're going through and you're enhancing your website, or if you haven't, if you hadn't to start thinking about like security, safety measures for your website, I say Jetpack is not a bad way to go. It's not. So I like it. I've been using it since I started. I'm pretty sure if you gave it a chance, you'll probably like it too. So me, I think my little project has came a long ways. I've learned a lot. I still got a lot to learn. Still got a lot to learn. But the process has been, it's been enlightening. It's been an ongoing learning experience. But because most businesses, especially if you're starting off or if you're expanding or adding to, when it comes to building your website, like I said, I wanted mine to where I could customize it either kind of way. But going into it, I knew there were some things that I wanted to make sure that will be involved or that will make up the website, like the security, like the protecting of the website, making sure that is making sure that when people are interacting with my website that is safe for them, that I have the WooCommerce side. So with me having the store front, that means that people will be sharing, you know, credit card information, debit card information, like that type of payment information, that personal type of protect information. So when you're interacting with my website, I want you to feel comfortable knowing that I care that your information, that type of information, is being protected, that I'm not going to be the reason why somebody else gets a hold of that information and then do God knows what with it, okay? Because I don't want nobody doing it to me. So it's one of those, um, I put myself in the other person's shoes type of situations when it came to me trying to build my website. So, um, but that's like that type of little things are things that I think about, like speed, like SEO, like it's a lot that goes into it, but um, I feel like other than making sure it's replicable, that it's respectable, that you have some kind of, and for me, that's where the integrity part come in at. So I don't know. I don't want to ramble too much, but give Jetpack a try if, because you got different ways of how you want to set it up. But if you're just now starting out and you're not really sure, I like it. If you review some of my other little posts that I have along my little journey, you'll see I rocks with them. And because I don't want to drag y'all too long, just make sure the message of the day is to look out for the others, especially when it's online. Just because you have good intentions, be aware that not everybody online has good intentions. You're going to want to protect your website. You're going to want to protect the people that's visiting your website. So, and again, I mentioned I have the WooCommerce side of the storefront. So, I mean, that alone should let you know that you kind of, and then you want to make sure you keep your little backups in place because if something do go wrong with your website, you want to make sure that you have something to a starting point to either fix things or to not lose all the stuff that you have up there because it'd be a lot of time spent building, creating, and maintaining your website. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Enjoy your day. Make it count. Updating at the top of the year. You got companies that have just closed out their tax year. It is now a whole new calendar year. So that means growth, room for growth, room for more learning, room to allow you to get your voice, your products, your brand out to the world while having and maintaining, building, growing a replicable, respectable website with a touch of integrity. I'll be back.